Welcome to Raygo Chess. My name's Max. This is my road to 1000 ELO. We're currently on 884. Apologies to everyone for me losing me head on the last game. The way that it finished just really boiled me blood because I know I was on the edge of beating him. And I feel like, well, I lost a whole minute through trying to turn off the confirmation, but is what it is. Anyone who's new here, I've been playing for about 18 months consistently. So without further ado, let's get into this. We do 30-minute rapids. I'm going to be talking through my thought process as I'm going. We're playing a 9, 4, 5, and we're playing as blacks. I've been watching a recommendation from a couple of yous have mentioned it. My dad's mentioned it. And he's called Chessbrah or Chessbro or really 9, 4, 5, and we're still doing the scholars, mate. Basically, push this, bring the knight out to back that so he can't come across and get this. Follow up with the second knight. I suppose we're advancing. We're doing what we were going to do anyway. So now I can't hop in because he can take me. Although I can hop in. Hang on, let me just quickly get my head straight and explain to you exactly what's going on here. So I'm not doing any particular opening. I'm just defending the scholars, mate. At this point, I'm pretty happy that it's done. Last time I left this hanging. Let's make sure I don't do that again. Obviously, I want to get the castle in. I've been watching Chessbro, and he has basically been doing this Habits series. And that's what we're going to be trying to do today, playing as black, which is basically developing all our pieces. But he has a method, taking the middle, and I'll just try and do it. I haven't watched it enough, but I'm going to keep watching it and drill it into my brain because he's convinced just playing away with his habits, you can get past 1,000. So let's just try and do that. So at this point, would he hop in? I think he would, and then if he takes, I take. And it's as simple as that. Saying that, I could bring the bishop out first because we're going to be fighting for this square. Then hop in, and then when he takes, then take. Looking to get the castle in, push this pawn 1 forwards, get it out, and then with these chess habits, what he's talking about. Okay, so if I just hop in now, threatening the queen, you take, I take. Or do I take with the pawn, which attacks this knight, and then where are you going to jump in? You jump in here, and then I can take again, and then you can take. Take with the bishop. I'm threatening you, and then you could hop in here. My brain's telling me take with the bishop, mainly because we're not going to be doubling up the pawns on the same file. But if I take with the bishop, and then I push up, then you take, and then I take. If I take and you hop in here, then I take. Do I push this forward first? Let me just try and calculate a little bit. Push. Threaten the bishop. One of you three is going to take. Whichever one it is, I could then take. It's all too slow, isn't it? Let's just take. He says don't even think about it. Just take. Which I find it hard not to just think about it. Fight for the middle. Take towards the middle. Now we're attacking this. You could hop in there. Maybe I just fight for the middle again now. I need to get this forward to free this bishop. Regardless. Yeah. Push. Threaten the queen. So now I just take this. You're going to take... I have to get rid of it. Regardless. Okay. Now I free the bishop. Oh, hang on a minute. No, because you're looking right at me. So I need to push at least one forward with the backing of the queen first. Maybe I need to be thinking about castling this way, you know. Okay, so what this Chessbrah is saying, I mean, my structure's not looking too bad. We've had multiple trades. You know what I mean? And to be fair, he's got a bit of a point. So now if I just push this one forwards and then develop this bishop. Okay, so what are you looking to come and take this out? But what if I stop you by just pushing forward one? Because you're not going to sacrifice a bishop for nothing. So if I push forward, you could come there and then I'll just take you and we'll trade. You're not going to go there because I can just take you. You're not going to go, well, yeah, that's where you'd be looking to go. That's the only way you'd be looking to go. So that basically you would have two attackers and I've only got one defender. Another option is I just attack this bishop. But then you're just going to push forward backwards, aren't you? I think this is the best thing for now to prevent this guy coming in. Bit of a mad one, that, to be honest. So anyone who's sort of watched me play up to now will know that this doesn't look like the sort of game I usually play. So at this point, I think we just come all the way back and give the bishop the escape route. I don't like the fact that we haven't developed these pieces. Okay. So what if I just push forward? I'm threatening your queen instantly. And now you got to move that again. So now I'm thinking, get the queen up, get the bishop up, and Edward Longcastle. Okay, so you're going for that. But if I just push forward, then all that's stopped, isn't it? I know this is very basic, but it's true. Or do I push forward and give you something to think about real quick? And then you go to any of them, and then I can do that. Or do I push forward, get the queen out, and then the bishop, and get rid of it that way? Because if I push forward, you're going to go there. What if I push this forward and hope he pushes this forward one and blocks himself in, and then we can get him? I know that's hope chess, but everything else the other way, it's all too long-winded. We've got to remember the power of the pawns as well. Okay. Time to threaten that bishop. You take, I take. Before that, do we need to fight for the middle? What if I take, you take, I take? Is that someone at the front door? 1 second. No, I don't know what that was. I push, you take, I take. We control the middle. Ultimately, the queen can't do it on her own. Needed the bishop. Now we bring the bishop out. Back this. Probably castle that way, because we don't want the king in the centre. It's been a long-winded way of getting rid of the scholars, mate. But I'm trying to do these chess habits. So if I take now, then you're not going to take with that, are you? Because I can just take the queen. So if I take, and you're not going to, well, you could take with the bishop, but then, what if I push forward? I don't like this. What if I just move the rook? And then you're not going to take because I'll be threatening the queen. But then you could come down with your rook, or you could come down with that. But then if you come down with this, then I'm just going to take you. Or I'll just take with the rook, with the momentum back in. But do I want to give up this pawn to his rook? Is there anything else I can do? What if I take or push or develop? I feel like I have to deal with this. I just don't want to give up that pawn. There's no other way of defending it though, is there? Do I just take? And if you do take, I can't take as you will take. Push forward and ignore it, and then you take, and then I take. Could push forward and ignore it. Push forwards, ignore it. If you take there, then I take. If you carry on pushing, why is this so difficult? could just take here, push through with the queen. But then this... What if I push forward and push forward again? He's one step ahead, isn't he? I don't know if this is the right move. I really don't. Now if you push, we push up. And then if you push again, we can take. Push up, push down, I take. But then, I'm going to be in check. And you'll be able to get my rook. So I'm going to have to just go down. Let him have that. Come up, get the castle in. Forget it. At this point, I could just put the queen up and hit that. Put the queen up. Hit that. Threaten the queen. He's got two of my pawns, which obviously I'm not happy about. And I don't know if I followed these rules exactly, but when you're watching him play, he just like sort of ignores everything. And he's just like, trust the habits, fight for the center, take, trade. You take, I take. I dare you. I double dare you. What? Okay. Fight for the middle. Following the instructions. All of a sudden, this bishop's looking a bit healthy. Now, I could hit this. You take that rook, I take you. And we're on for looking at your queen. I think that's what my next move's going to be. Well, not anymore. I take, you take, I take. Okay. Random pawn move. Would someone say? I take. You take. I take with the rook. Take again, potentially. Push. Take. Take. Push. Take. Take. Or push, threaten, take. Take. Oh, there might be a discovered check in there, actually. If I take... If I push... And you take... Oh no, because then I'll block the queen in. So if I push and you take... And I take that way... It will leave this open. And then you take, and then I take, and then that will be a check. It might lead to something. You could just take there, and then I take anyway. You take, I take, freeing up this file. In an ideal world, you wouldn't trade, and then I would trade, creating a discovered check, taking your piece, and then getting it back out the game and becoming a piece up. In an ideal world, that would happen. Another option is come up here and threaten this rook. If the bishop doesn't go. This has been a pain for 14 minutes. Okay, that does absolutely nothing. Absolutely niche kebab. Just get rid of you. We could just drop this. And when he takes on the next go and I take, hopefully he doesn't see it. But then he could just push past. He's got all his focus on what's going on down here, and he's banking on that. Oh my lord. If he does take that, and then I take that, that would be a discovered check, and then I would be able to get this queen. Come on. Do something wrong. Let me play someone who does something wrong. Can't always be me doing the wrong thing. Surely Bassy. Take the pawn. That was a bold move. Now I'm just threatening your rook though. Unless he's cooking up something I know nothing about. Basically, you got to move that rook. Yeah. Well, you're definitely not going to take that. Might as well threaten your rook. At this point. Pawn's done nothing else. There's no fast way of getting rid of this, unfortunately. If I take that, then this goes. But if I push forward and you don't take because you're moving your queen, then I can take you. And then that's a discovered check anyway. Not that I'll be able to do much with it. But maybe if I put the king underneath first, I might be able to burst forward and get like a checkmate or something. Let's activate this rook quick, giving him another opportunity to take this. If not, we're going to push forwards and try and do something ourselves. He's done it. So now we can get his queen. Hello. Hello. What's your name, mister? Not only that, there might even be a checkmate in there. Forget the queen. Oh no, because... Golazzo! Golazzo! Get it up there, my boy. Get it up there, my boy. He smelt what the rock was cooking, and he didn't like what was going on in the kitchen. Quick game review. Finally, it's happened to me. Got a win, finally. Da 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 da. What? Shut up. Right, quick one then. This is what I mean. I don't feel like I played great, really. 68.5.
A fundamental move leads to several exciting openings. Opening up your dark squared bishop and seizing the center with your pawn. The wayward queen attack. An aggressive way to threaten your pawn.
940 odd, by the way. And we're still dealing with this scholar's mate nonsense. Can you believe it? Really? And this is the problem, right? I am looking at doing this habits thing mainly when I play as black. When I do white, I'm still going to do the Italian, but I'm going to take into consideration the habits. I'm going to keep watching the habits, studying the habits, and forcing the habits into my pattern recognition. Wait. But I don't know if I did all of them right now on this game, but I tried to, which is basically, excuse me, fight for the middle, and then whenever an opportunity is presented, just take the piece, basically. Swap all your pieces, like trades. Whenever my bishops are facing, just take it against my own instinct.
They are threatening to... You stopped your opponent. They are threatening to checkmate the... You prevented your opponent from being able to... Kingside castling. This prepares a safe kingside castle for your king.
And like that, for example, because I still have to bear in mind my own, what I've learned to this point, and also like my own way of playing, and still look for like the x-rays, because there's different levels to the habits. So you have to incorporate like, you know, x-ray attacks, skewers, blah-de-blah tactics, you know what I mean? As well as the, what are they called? the habits, where I feel like I am capable of doing like an X-ray attack, or like what I did at the end then with the queen. I knew that piece, once it goes, there's a discovered check. I got them tactics in the locker, but what I haven't been doing is the habits, developing my pieces so that everyone's in on the attack. You know what I mean? And I think
they bring out their knight.
That could be the difference to get me to 1,000, nice maybe.
Puts both pieces under pressure.
And yeah, so before, I think I would have just like, and I think I even spoke about just, hop the knight in. But it's like, why am I rushing? Get the bishop out first. And then that's what I did.
They bring out a nice fork here, puts
and
both
I think
under pressure.
The reason in the past I may not have done that is because to prevent him from developing his piece. But this is chess. Let's develop our pieces.
This is a fair trade. Your best move was to recapture.
Okay, it was better to capture with the pawn. Why is that?
You recaptured.
Explain. I don't know why that puts us in any better position. That's as far as the explanation goes. But yeah,
your best move was
I went with the bishop.
That's quite an error. Now's your chance to.
Yep.
There was only one good move, and you found it.
Obviously, because he's banking on this the whole time, and whatever I put in front of him, his whole game plan is just get that. And I'm not gonna lie, he fought it well.
You permitted the opponent to force the loss of castling. They kick your bishop.
Look, anyone who's followed me so far, when have you ever seen my pawns sat like that on row 6?
They kick your bishop with a pawn. A good choice to move your threatened bishop. They missed a better way to move a queen to a more.
That's another little thing. Like,
you are now able to attack the bishop with a pawn.
If you ever have to move your bishop, there's no point just moving it one square, because then he could drop and then you got to move again. Just get it all the way back here. You've got your pieces. If anyone ever takes it, just take it, free the rook. Because the only way that they're going to get it is obviously probably with one of their pieces. And notice how on this move here, that is where I put the bishop, and it sat there the whole time, I think, until it eventually may have dropped to here. But either way, it just sat back chilling, didn't it, for the whole game, and eventually became the sniper.
By moving here, you reveal an attack on the queen.
How?
The queen slips away as your opponent avoids material loss.
Oh, yeah. Keep going.
The queen's attacking your pawn chain.
That just felt all kinds of wrong. I'm not going to lie. And I know, like, part of the opening of the habits is you want to castle as early as you can, get your pieces out as early as you can. But ultimately, if I'm being forced into doing something else, I think the way to respond is deal with the issue and then continue with the habits. Because of everything he was doing with these two, just trying his best to make that scholar's mate happen the whole way, I couldn't, develop and castle because I had to deal with the threat.
You're kicking their bishop out of a useful.
At the same time, it's hard because I'm trying to keep my mentality as don't just defend. Like, if there's an opportunity, you have to attack. You know what I mean? So I was trying to attack where I could as well.
This move puts their bishop on a safer square. The game was close to equal, but now your opponent has the advantage.
So they want me to run my king out. Yeah, maybe that was the time, to be fair.
Precise move from your opponent. The game was close to equal, but now your opponent has the advantage.
Okay.
The game was close to equal, but now your opponent has
that makes sense, to be fair, because that was like a gap move where it's like
safer square.
The boys are looking solid. They're looking solid. Take this opportunity to get your king out the center, because the last place you want your king is in the center of that board, just like he found out at the end of this game.
Precise move.
So I was step too late. Oh, so that was that was the move. That was the move. Or what? Bring that out. Best.
Develops the bishop and supports the center. Good awareness keeps the pawn alive.
Yeah, I know, but... Oh, no, sorry.
The game was close to equal, but now your opponent... Precise move from your opponent. Good awareness keeps the pawn alive here.
Okay.
This makes a passed pawn. Developing the bishop and increasing influence in the center. They kick your rook with a pawn, forcing it to... Good awareness keeps the rook alive here. They took your pawn for free.
I tried... That whole scheme was me trying to save that pawn. Couldn't do it.
You bring in another attacker and turn up the pressure on the pawn. They defended their vulnerable pawn.
Got the castle in. So I suppose
follow-up trades.
Me not moving that king enabled me to do that, but then maybe I wouldn't have needed to do that if I would have moved the king. Who knows?
They exchange pieces of equal value.
Take.
You exchange pieces of equal value.
Fight for the middle. Habits.
They've made a mistake and their pawn is now lost.
You're not making me have to move yet. I've already done these calculations like 2 moves ago, so I know I'm good. After that castle, I knew I was good, so I can continue to play. You just dancing like that. You've not done anything.
Your better option was to win a tempo by threatening a rook.
Yeah, it was, but remember me talking, I was trying to bait him in so I could... The idea was if he took, I took. And then, you know, I take his bishop. There would have been a discovered check, and at least I would have got his piece. And then he wouldn't have been able to take mine because he would have had to deal with the check from the queen. And then I would have had a piece, and then I could have either dropped back or just come back. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, he's a piece down. So that's why I made that move.
Your opponent prepares to cast. That
does absolutely nothing. All right. Other than that, so again, what your own piece is blocking you, so I don't know why you done that. That was a bad move.
You exchange pieces of equal value.
I didn't really think much of it, to be honest with you. Because if I did, I know I would have talked myself out of it. Because when he took that, freeing up the rook. But part of the habits is if you're ever face to face with a bishop, take it.
This is the only move that works, and you found it.
He come down. He was just trying to come in.
It moves away.
I mean, look at this. It's not looking good for me, is it? And I'm not going to lie. Them habits I was starting to question.
They had a better way to move a rook to save. Your best move was to reveal an attack on the queen.
Yeah, I know it was. Stockfish, excuse me, mate. We already knew that was the plan. We just wanted to bring the battery in first. Because once I move forward, there's no guarantee he's going to take. Which means we're going to have to take. But what happens if we clear that gap? Then we put the attack on his queen. And then he moves. At least then we would have had this square with the backing of the rook, and then that would have been checkmate. So I was trying to give myself options.
Able to win a queen through a discovered attack.
Damn, I knew it. He couldn't help himself. Boom.
A discovered attack can be powerful.
So I was thinking that was a great move. Look. And this is what I'm saying, like with the habits, I'm doing stuff like taking that bishop that felt all kinds of wrong, but he's doubled up his pawns. And it's allowed me, because I controlled the center, from all the like random taking and just defending and stuff, to be in this endgame. And another thing with the habits is, you're supposed to activate your rooks as soon as you can. Which, again, I wanted to do, but I couldn't. So that when the option presented itself for me to do it, I did it. And it paid. But I thought he may have taken with his queen. Oh, no, he couldn't, could he? Because he had to deal with the check. if he would have come across, I would have took his queen. But yeah, that was a nice little win. We're on 8-9-3. Thank the Lords. Got a nice little win. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave us a comment. I try and upload at least once a day. And I'll see you tomorrow.